All right, welcome into your 15-minute weather. I'm meteorologist John Zeigler. Meteorologist Courtney Aiken is out for the week. She's got to work a bunch of days in a row coming up here, gearing up for Belinda's retirement. I can't believe it's we're coming down to the last week and a half for Belinda, so it's I'm getting a little sad. First, we're going to do the forecast, then we'll go into Nerdland. We'll talk about the growth. The start of spring is starting. We'll take a look at the last freeze and frost and when that is possible. When should we start planting? Speaking of Belinda, those are questions she could answer better than I can. But forecast first. 72 degrees today and absolutely splendid. Splendid, I don't use that word enough. Gorgeous. There's a lot of words in the thesaurus when it comes to beautiful weather. Beautiful, gorgeous, splendid, scrumptious. I know, scrumptious in there. Enjoy a great day. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to start seeing temperatures really start to pop up. It's going to really start to warm here. Still going to be partly cloudy. It is going to start to become breezy on Earth Day. Again, great day to, pick up some trash. That's what we typically do with the kiddos. We go around and just try to teach how to protect Earth and pick up from ourselves and take care of the importance on Earth Day. And it's a great day to do so, 82 degrees. 75 on Thursday. Now Thursday, and we're going to talk in depth about this, Thursday we've got a decent chance for storms, mainly in the afternoon. So if you've got plans before 3 on Thursday, as of now, it could change, I would keep my plans. If it's after 3, I would prepare for rain. So again, if you've got I don't know if golf season is starting, but I know a lot of people are doing that. Our golf season starts Monday, but Thursday definitely got that chance for storms second half of the day after 3 p.m. A lot of models are saying after 6, but we'll keep an eye on it. Now, Friday, there's still a little, it's pretty new to the forecast. The question is the rain going to clear out before 10? It's going to be possible to linger Friday. We'll have a chance for some of that AM rain. Then we'll clear out. Look at the low on Thursday. Now, that's a wicked low, 60. The warmest temperature is the moment before the cold front comes through. 60 happens Thursday morning. Saturday, Sunday. Saturday is looking really nice. Sunday, it could be a little bit breezy. Regardless, temperatures definitely coast down just a tad. We'll see temperatures fall off here. You see that average at 62. We'll be at 59, 58 on Monday. Low chance for rain, but it is entirely possible to see a little bit of showers. Overall, great spring week here as we're already wrapping up. What is the final few days of April? We've got what? 9 days left? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess you could say 10 days left. Still 10 days. It is going to be extremely nice. Now, the temperatures have been warming. We'll get to the Nerdland. Much warmer here this morning if you're out there. And these are days, I actually showed satellite imagery on my Facebook page of the lakes clearing. You could see it from the satellite. Now, Mille Lacs, it said Mille Lacs had cleared when I saw it, but I saw the bottom southeast corner. There's still some ice in Mille Lacs. But this warmth is helping it. Now, Red Lake, International Falls, of course, over towards Rainy Lake, Lake of the Woods, it's frozen. Give it a few days here in the 70s and 80s, and maybe we'll start to clear it out. Now, I think we're a little early for clearing out ice because of the warmth. We've had a nice warming trend. So temperatures over the past 2 weeks, look at this, 26 degrees above average, 16 degree average, 8, 11, 22, and 10. You had a good chunk there. That was 6 straight days, then 2 below, and then 1 above. So that means that over the past 7 days have been above average. I'm going to do a little research here. In fact, if you look at the average temperature in April, we are now, hard to believe that, we're actually 0.7 degrees above average. So we are above the normal for this time of the day. So we are going to be dealing with temperatures above average continuing for probably the rest of the month. So this is going to be above average, and then you're going to see things like this. How about the spring leaf index? So the country is green and they're rolling. What does this indicate? Hey, we're starting to green up. Northern Minnesota hasn't even touched the spring leaf index, and you can see the Rockies, of course, behind. So the Rockies, North Dakota, northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, no. But if you zoom in, you can see that we're starting to see some, especially around the river valleys here. Minnesota River Valley, looks like the Mississippi River Valley. We have some spring leaf index. If you look at the trees, they're just about to start popping. Now, pollen, and you're going to see that number crank up here, and that's across the whole state. But in the next week or two, you're going to start to see the leaf index show up. Let's talk about meteorological spring here, because we're technically in it. Astronomical spring is the 20th through June 20th. But the average high temperature, if you look at where we came from, look at the first 50 degrees. There's a big difference from 50 to 64. In fact, that is the month you warm up the most, because from May 1st to June 1st, you warm up 11 degrees on average. But notice April 1st, well, I guess you should say May to April is 16 degrees. April to May is 14 degrees. May to June is 11 degrees. So you're starting to not move up as fast, is what I meant to say. And we're starting to plateau, of course, when you get to June, you're in summertime. But that is what's going on right now, is we're rapidly changing. So are we done with snow? It might snow again, but probably. What about planting? You know, when's the right time to plant? What's the probability of the last 32-degree temp in the MSP? Well, first off, let's go to our 7-day forecast. Let's take a look at our 7-day, and then we'll go back to this graphic. So the 7-day forecast shows us, let's look at the lows here. If you look at these here, not even close. Hold on here. I'm just messing with it. So no, not even close, no. Okay, so now we're starting to get to the point where you're thinking, maybe I can plant. So what are the probabilities now that we're pushing the final week of April that we have a day at less than 32 degrees? So there's a 50-50 chance by that April 25th, in 4 days, that we are done. We're already at the point right now, and I just showed you the next week. So the next week, we do not have a single day below 32 degrees. So that means we will surpass this number. So trying to help you understand this. That means at this moment right now, there's a 50-50 chance that we are done with 32 degrees. For the rest of the year, we were just in the teens Monday. So there's a chance we're done. Now, really for me, I start looking at this number here. I plant May 4th, May 10th. Somewhere around Mother's Day is where we at least typically plant in my household. If you want to be a little bit risky, you could go on by the 30th. Of course, look at that forecast. Now, the forecast is cooler than average, but it's not, I don't think, cold enough to get below 32. May 24th, 1925 is the latest freezing temperature that we have ever had. So we are starting to really race. And I expect, even when you look at the next week, we may be done with 32-degree temperatures. It's entirely possible. That's it. Yesterday, 75 in Marshall, 73 in Laverne, 70 in Wilmer, 75 in St. Cloud, 74 in the Twin Cities. Cooler across areas in Wisconsin. I want to take a look at this really quick just in case. Let's take a look at the snow depth. Oh my gosh, how about that? Is that real life? Let's go zooming in here. No, say it ain't so. They still have snow in Grand Marais. Snow is still on the ground. Now you go back to yesterday's high temperature. Snow's on the ground. Go to yesterday's high. Why do you think they're 43? Sad. So the snowpack is literally still keeping them in wintertime right here. Everybody else is in the 60s, even Grand Rapids 60, International Falls 60. This is the time when Lake Superior really influences this. Lake Superior's water temperature, by the way, is about 45 degrees. Well, let's see what it actually is instead of just assuming. Okay, let's see. I'm searching this up. Right now, 37, depends on where you look. So again, we're looking at about 35. I'm seeing some 36, 37. Okay, temperatures in the 30s. What do you think that does whenever you get an east wind? This whole area for the next couple of months will stay very cold. I remember actually back in the day when I was doing the Grandma's Marathon, I worked in Duluth for 2 years. It was 44 degrees for a high in June on Grandma's Marathon. How do they do that? This lake is in the 30s now. Even in May, it's in the low 40s, and in June, it's in the middle 40s. It's way too cold. any influence off the lake will literally change your temperature, and they have snowpack on the ground. Okay, let's get to the forecast. Here's today. And then we'll get to the system that's going to be coming in here. Next 12 hours, temperatures 60 to 76. We're going to warm up nicely. It is a fabulous, fabulous day. Get out there and enjoy it. Northeast winds, at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Very quiet. Yes, there'll be a wind. Remember, one of the days Courtney brought up that graphic. This is the windiest time of the year, is April. April is the windiest month of the entire season. So even on some days on the quiet days, you still have a 10-mile-per-hour wind. 71 in Brainerd, 72 in the Twin Cities today, 79 in Mankato, 80 in Marshall, Laverne at 85, Jackson 82. Look at tomorrow. Temperatures just absolutely ripping. It's going to be so warm tomorrow. 92 degrees in Marshall, 91 in Ortonville, so temperatures warming rapidly from the southwest. Grand Marais is going to try to do this thing. We're going to 58 degrees as we warm up on Wednesday. Satellite radar, very quiet here today. Not a whole lot going on. Now, when you look at this here, here's the low pressure center. You see it swirling off of California. So let's imagine this grows up into Winnipeg. So that means that, so this is called nowcasting. Look at Winnipeg, this is us. So we are here. So if this is exactly what you can kind of see. South to north movement. Whenever you have this, you know it's a cold front. So we know we're going to deal with the cold front as this starts to move in. So I think this is a little bit delayed here, but I'm going to pull in the microcast. So here comes the low. You see the low's a little delayed there. But there you go. So here, I'm going to move it since it's bothering me. The low, you see how the low's off it a little bit? Let's just work with it together here. All right, here's that. All right, great. And perfect. I'm just working for somebody else here, helping them out. All right, there we go. Now it pivots. This will tell us a lot here. Look at that low, it's just hanging out back there. Wow, this is what we call retrograding low. I'll explain this here, what this means. So updating the graphic. So let's pull this through. Okay. Save it quick. Let's get over to your low pressure center. Watch this low start to move in here. So the low starts to develop in Winnipeg. This is Thursday morning. Now that's a clear cold front. Low is here. So if this low was down here, we'd have a lot more instability. But because the low is up there, you're just dealing with the cold front side of this thing, right? Now you'll see this rain likely to start setting up Tuesday afternoon and then push through. Kind of looks like a squall line, doesn't it? Like I feel like we're looking at like a squall type line at this moment, right, from this cold front potential right here. So this is not to say it's not severe, but the reason is the heaviest severe threat is always up here. But here's the problem. The reason you're not getting severe weather up there is because it's like 30 degrees. This is where the high rotation is, right near the low. So if that was down here, then okay, now we'd have an outbreak again. But when you're dealing with the cold front, typically you're dealing with squall line type activity. That's 8 p.m. Roll this through. Again, we look at this thing just swirling. Look at that low just hanging out back there. That low keeps us rather cool, actually, over the next week. Regardless, here is the severe threat. We do have one. Whenever you're dealing with cold front type activity, squall line would mean small hail, quarter size. How do you get baseball size hail? The supercell thunderstorms, those big supercells. The supercell thunderstorms carry both baseball size hail and tornadoes. So what does a squall line carry? More wind threat. Wind threat, right? You get the blow, here comes a downdraft. That's the lowest end type of severe weather. Now, it's still a big deal to get 60, 70 mile an hour wind, but better than tornadoes. 82 on Earth Day, going to be your warm day. Thursday, a few p.m. storms, mainly after 4 p.m. We'll keep an eye on that. Friday, a.m. rain clearing out. Crisp Saturday, Sunday. We are looking at temperatures cooling down. Our average, remember, as we go into May, it's going to be 64 degrees. So the weather is changing rapidly right now. And that's what we talked about at the beginning. What you don't realize is we're pretty much getting out of winter. We just are. Your cold days will start looking like 55 instead of 35 or 45 like this last weekend. So this weekend is rather chilly, but it's still going to be pretty nice. Get out there and enjoy it.